Good morning, guys. So today we are getting ready to go feed our chickens and our rabbit. I read some stories about how Tractor Supply is selling it's Producer's Pride chicken food, and a lot of people are complaining that their chickens have just completely stopped laying eggs. And right now, you know, especially on the homestead, for people that don't mix their own food or have a local mill close to them and they're purchasing their food from Tractor Supply, they're relying on this food to feed their animals or their chickens so that way they can get eggs, especially with the prices of eggs in the stores. I mean, it's just terrible right now. Just going to let you know the information that I've read and I've heard, that the food, they have cut down on their protein within their food, which is causing the chickens to stop laying. So guys, if you can find another source out there until they can get this taken care of, I'm sure that if enough of people stop buying this particular food, that, you know, they'll have no choice but to add what they need for our chickens to be able to lay eggs. Now, you could go and buy like supplements to put into it, like split peas and things like that, to add to the food so that way you can give it the extra protein. Feed scraps. We always feed our scraps that we have left from our kitchen to our chickens. Now, we feed a scratch feed that we get from a local mill here. In the future, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to buy different things and be able to make my own food and or combined it together. So that's in my near future that I want to start doing. We do buy a scratch feed from a local mill that we have, and we also buy distillers, and that comes from our mill, and we use that to feed to our Idaho pasture pigs to give them the protein that they also need. So anyway, we've had a lot of rain. You see her, she already knows she's fixing to get food, so she's hopping back into the pen. Now, you also probably could buy like mealworms and things like that, which would add a protein to them. So chicken food is really expensive right now to be purchasing it and not getting anything out of it. So we feed our chickens because we love them, of course, but also to get their eggs. So if the company is cutting back on the protein, which is preventing our chickens from laying eggs, which is most of the time the reason why we are having our chickens. I mean, it's really sad, which forces people to go into the grocery store to purchase eggs at the prices that they are right now, and some people just can't do that. So guys, if you do purchase your food from Tractor Supply and you have some on hand, then I would probably just go buy like mealworms or either split peas. If you have a meal that's in a reasonable time frame to go to, maybe pick up some like wheat or distillers. Distillers is really high in protein. You could also go to stores, like if they have the split peas on sale, you could purchase them and add to it. Sunflower seeds, that's probably a little bit more expensive. Trying to think. Feed them scraps from your kitchen. Anything that is left over, you can give it to them just to get through the food that you have on hand. Chickens in the wintertime, of course, they slow down on egg production anyway, and you want that. You want your chickens to have that break, but you don't want to have to feed a feed to them that's not going to give you no eggs at all, just because the company decides that they want to cut back on their cost, but yet our feed cost keeps going up. There was another brand of food, DuMor's. There's reports out there that that food also, when fed to the chickens, there's no egg production at all. Right now I have 13 chickens, and through the whole winter I get anywhere from 2 to 5 eggs per day for my girls. And I don't give them any kind of light or anything like that. I just feed them the scratch feed. I give them all the scraps from out of my kitchen. And and that's what they give me, 2 to 5 eggs per day. So guys, I hope this information helps you. If you are starting with your chickens and just all of a sudden you've buying this food and you're not getting any eggs at all, if you want to finish giving them the food that you have, because nobody can afford buying food and then just wasting it, just add some other things like split peas, get distillers, you can buy wheat, other things like that. Just do your research. I just don't know what we're going to do, guys. I mean, I just don't think it's fair that companies out there can just charge us all this money for food and, you know, cut us short on the things that's needed to help the chickens produce the eggs that we need. Especially at this time, the food is just, the eggs are so expensive right now. It just makes no sense that companies would do that. Well, I guess it does, because it's all about their bottom dollar. It's really not about us and what we need as a society and as humans to make it. They always want to cut their bottom cost, and that's really sad. And nobody's saying that Tractor Supply is doing this on purpose. They do buy their food from other companies, and it puts their name on that product. But I do believe that people should be made aware that if they're going to be cutting the protein and things like that, it gives people another option to go buy stuff elsewhere. I would always recommend go to your mom and pop stores, your food mills and things like that. The food is so much cheaper if you have a mill close to you and just have it bought that way. That's how we buy our food for our pigs. We buy a mixture. We use distillers. Distillers are not always available for everybody. But if it is available in your area, it's really good. Keep it closed, because bees, they absolutely love it. It's pretty sad that we are not being made aware of things like this. My chickens, I love my chickens, and a lot of people are buying chickens now, and they're buying their chickens because of the egg cost, and it's so expensive. And the food, if you really think about it, when you buy food, the food cost, it really doesn't have to be that expensive. If someone eats a lot of eggs and does a lot of bacon, backyard chickens is actually a wonderful idea, because you can use those eggs, and if you use a lot of eggs at the prices that they are right now, it is absolutely beneficial to have chickens in your backyard. Plus, you know what you're feeding your chickens and how your chickens are being treated. That is the biggest thing for us. Like, we want our chickens, our ducks, to have the best life. And that's what's important to us. And guys, I mean, it does matter. I mean, it's very important. Anyway, guys, I hope this information helps someone out there. If you have that food, either the DuMor's or the Producer's Pride, and you're having trouble with your chickens laying eggs and just completely have stopped out of the norm, leave a comment below. Let us know. Thank you for coming to my channel and supporting me. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, so that way you're made aware of when we have new videos. We have some cool weather coming in here, so until next time, guys, I'll see you on the next one.